Welcome back for another video. In this video, I am going to showcase Obstagoon and how I went 21-4 with this team. And on top of that, the day before, I also went, 14-1. And so far, this team got me about 500 points, and I'm one set away from rank 9. And literally, when I started the video, I was barely at rank 8. So guys, this team is really, truly amazing. But here are the negatives and the positives. One, it's super expensive. You have to spend lots of dust for maxing out Obstagoon, for leveling up Cresilia and also Giratina and their second attacks. However, where you can save, you do not need a second attack on Cresilia. I maybe use it once out of 50 matches. It's a second attack. Although if it would have had Grass Knot, I would have used it more often than Future Sight. But I just recommend Moonblast everything with Obstagoon. But here's how, because I use Cresilia or Giratina as a save switch, and my whole game is all around Obstagoon. So Obstagoon is the key, and everybody else is just helping Obstagoon for the sweep. And in the first video, actually, I'm having a solo with Obstagoon. So Obstagoon destroys the opponent completely and entirely. Alright guys, so this first matchup is the one when Obstagoon literally destroys the opponent's every single Pokemon, no switches. So my tactic is stay in with Obstagoon no matter what, unless it's a Charmer or a Fighter. Well, even with a Fighter I play it out sometimes, but just go Night Slash at first, and sometimes just go Night Slash at all. But with Snorlax I go Night Slash, then the Crouch Chop, and then back to Night Slash. But and then counter it down. But here's the thing, because if you get the boost, you stay in even if it's not as favorable, because that boost might change the whole matchup, and usually it does. And look, Obstagoon barely has any health left, but now it has lots of energy, and that's lethal. And look what comes in, Slowbro. I actually gained so many points with Slowbro. I love Slowbro. It's actually pretty awesome, but this isn't a favorable matchup because it's not going to resist. It's going to be super effective if it lands, and they shield it twice, which makes it believe that they have something really weak in the back for Obstagoon. So I was like, all right, now I'm all invested into Obstagoon. I'm just going to push forward with Obstagoon and just keep going, and hopefully I even get a boost. So far no boost, but now at this point I can just counter it down because I know I have a Slowbro, so I know how slow it charges up its health. Its attack, which is pretty slow with the confusion. And look at that, it's a Shift 3, so I can just throw a Crush Chop and that's it. It's a done deal. So this is perfect for me. The Shift 3 couldn't even get in an attack because Obstagoon, of course, I had a little lead on energy, but still, did you guys see that? So just one single Pokemon against it all three, and that happened 2 times because people not adjusted to Obstagoon yet. It's really shifting the meta, and what I recommend, I made a few notes that here's the thing, what you want to run against it is either a Togekiss or look how much the Penguin is getting chunked down, by the way, just by the counter. It's just crazy. And I usually throw a Night Slash, like I mentioned before, because it does about the same amount of damage, unless they are sensitive to it, like the Penguin would be. But long story short, you can just literally counter it down and build up some energy, and there it goes. There it goes, Togekiss. So Togekiss is really good against Obstagoon. You want to get out of there as soon as possible, so this is when I bring in Cresilia. And usually they swap out right away, which is fine. Charizard, so I'm just going to Moonblast it, even though I should have clicked on Future Sight. This is one of those occasions when Future Sight would have been better. But it's okay. Moonblast is still fine, and I still have Giratina in the back. So when I encounter a Charmer, I have to somehow line up my Cresilia, and you guys somehow have to save Cresilia for the Charmer. Now, if that doesn't align, then I have to throw in my Giratina and try to fight against the Charmer. And yes, that's pretty rough because Giratina is not good against Charmers. But literally that's been my tactic, because Obstagoon have to stay alive and have to stay away from that Charmer, because if it does, I can win the matchup. I can win the whole match. So, as you guys can see here, I'm able to throw that Moonblast against the little Charmer, and if I get a debuff, that would be perfect, but I did not get it. And it still has tons of health. So I come in with, of course, just throw an attack, try to get a boost, not like it matters, and then I'm just going to throw the Crush Chop, trying to lower it as much as I can. Its health, just chip damage, and now bring in Giratina. And Giratina is pretty rough, because now, you look how much it's chunking down, but I'm still a good favorable, because I have lots of health, and I know I'm going to resist whatever it throws at me, and then now it's only 2 away. So 1 more, I should be able to do it before it puts me down, but I should be farming down, but I'm not, because every single freaking charm is huge against Giratina, so I literally had to just get it out of here, and I was able to win that. So that's why I didn't play it the other way around, because the other way around that wouldn't happen, because that flamethrower would have took out Obstagoon right away, and there's no chip damage. And if I wouldn't do that 2 times chip damage, then I would not win that matchup. So that's why I switched my tactic a little bit there, and now they swapped right into my Night Slash as I was throwing it. Well played. And this is not a good matchup for me, so I tried to swap on the charge move, which is perfect. Now bring in Cresilia. If it's Dynamic Punch, they wasted all the energy, and they did, so that's awesome for me. And then now I'm just gonna basically build up, and then of course throw some Moonblast. This is not as best a matchup either, because those Ice Punches build up so quickly and they eventually build up, but I mean, it's good. I mean, I'm not complaining at this point, because yeah, they let it go, so that's perfect for me. If they would have used their both shields, it would have been different, and now this is not good either. But the good news is my clock switch is almost up, so I can bring in the beast. And I'm gonna throw this Moonblast, hopefully it lowers its attack. And it did not. So yeah, it did. Perfect. So now bring in the beast, and watch this. Night Slash 2. And booyah. That's a lot of health. And now they bring back in, but you have to shield us, because this one-shots, almost one-shots Obstagoon, so you must shield. Oh, that was a Grass Knot. So they baited me. Either way, even the Grass Knot does a lot of damage, by the way, to Obstagoon. So like almost half its health if it's not health. So I'm just gonna decide to throw both shields in. Invest it. Like I said, if you keep Obstagoon alive, you're gonna win the matchups as of right now, until they're gonna have like double Charmers or anything. And look at that, I just got my boost. That means that is in trouble. That Cresilia is in trouble. I can get to the Night Slash, and look how much damage it's going to do if it goes unshielded. And it's unshielded because I think it's out of shields, right? I tried to swap in on the charge move, but now you guys can see how much a Moonblast will going to do to an Obstagoon. Almost half, it's about half its health, yeah. But now I'm good because he swapped out, because I mean, it was a right move for him to do. But that Night Slash not gonna KO me, so I can just Night Slash it out, and then he probably gonna bring back in Cresilia again, I think. Oh, he shielded it. He really wants to stay alive. Well, this is good for me, it doesn't matter. Giratina come in, and he just decides to quit. And lots of people didn't expect that I had Giratina in the back, by the way, so that was pretty surprising. Especially after, by the way, BHEF, right? Did I say it right? And Speediest Chief 2 were showcasing Obstagoon with Giratina, basically, and Cresilia, basically the team that I run. They were doing the same thing, so I figured lots of people seen that video and they're gonna expect that I have a Giratina in the bag, but I guess they haven't seen the video yet. So that's what I'm saying, you still have about, I would say, 3 more days until this really picks up and people are gonna have Obstagoons. And I think in these videos, by the way, guys, I try to showcase so many Pokemons that I faced against that are most common in Ultra League. That's why I cut them all together. So you're gonna even you already see one Charmer, and you're gonna see another Charmer, Granbull, because I recommend Granbull and I recommend Togekiss. Togekiss is really good, and it's also gonna basically win against Escavalier, which is also very common. And then what you're gonna see me take out an Escavalier with Obstagoon pretty soon, by the way. And then Articuno is very common also, but then also Granbull is not winning against Escavalier, so that's why Togekiss is better than Granbull, but only for that reason. So in my case, I might run the team, like I said, Obstagoon, Cresilia, and Granbull is probably going to be my future team once people catch up to my current team. But I will keep you posted. The next video I'm gonna post with the team will be Friday. So by next Friday, you're gonna know if I change the team or stick with the same team. It depends on how the meta, adjusted to my team. So those icy winds are pretty annoying, guys, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. And now I'm gonna get debuffed again, probably by yep, he's gonna be able to throw it. So at this point, you just have to look at you have to collect all the icy winds and then swap out eventually. But I want to debuff it too, not like it. Well, it does matter for Giratina if the debuff works, plus it almost took it out. And now that's out as well. And all he has left is a Giratina. So I saved my Moonblast for later, even though I should have thrown it before, so hopefully it gets a debuff and chunk of a health. But it's still fine, because I have energy and he decides to quit. He knows that he has no chance winning it at that point. which happen all the time, by the way. And now which one is this? I think this is the Escavalier team. And I think this guy, this trainer, was featured on a Zionix channel with his team. I think this is it, right? Escavalier? Nope, this is not it. Or maybe it is, and Escavalier is in the back. But we'll find out in a minute. But either way, no, I think this is not it. Sorry, guys. I don't think, because I think he had a Charmer and an Escavalier. But we'll find out in a minute anyways. So this is a favorable for me. This is not favorable for him. I don't know why he swapped in, unless he has, of course, a superpower. And then if he double superpower me, then that would have been perfect. But I'm counting the attacks, and it only adds up to Body Slam. So now I'm just gonna farm down, because I know I'm gonna get hit with that Body Slam again. No point throwing a charge attack. And just farm it down, lots of energy, and let's see what comes in. And it's Cresilia, so Night Slash, Night Slash, Night Slash all day. And yes, perfect. And another one. And then I'm always trying to swap out on the charge move to keep it alive. But I think my clock switch is not up with this time, right? So I have to shield. I have 2 shields to the left. Like I said, my tactic is keep Obstagoon alive. Literally, that's it. I didn't see what came in, but Night Slash. And oh yeah, I have to swap out right away. And this is good. Moonblast is good against it. Well, it's not effective, but you have to shield, because watch what's coming. Mega Horn. Mega Horn is pretty high hitting moveset. So you definitely have to shield it up. And then I throw the Moonblast. The debuff didn't work. And I should be able to get to another Moonblast before I get to Mega Horn, because it takes way more energy, not way more, but more energy than the Moonblast. And throwing it, and he shields it, and the debuff worked. So at this point, it's not gonna take me out. And I know I can beat him, because that was a debuffed, by the way, Mega Horn. Did you guys see how much chunk it took out? A lot with debuff. So let's see what's happened. Yeah, by the way, the Cresilia matchups are really boring. I hate those. But it is what it is. And I come back with Obstagoon and able to throw that Night Slash before he throws the charge move. He was very close. I think it might be CMP time. I'm not sure if it was, but it was very close to it. And then now the Mega Horn coming back, it just erases Obstagoon, by the way, because of the counter. But now Giratina can easily win this matchup, so he decides to quit. That's why I literally try to win the whole battle without using my third Pokemon, which is Giratina, unless they have a Charmer. Then I have to use it in a bad way, but that's my only way as of right now. So let's see this matchup. What's the team? Is this the Escalator? Charmer start. This is a horrible start. So right away I have to bail. Did you see how much chunk it already took out? So usually my tactic is come in with Cresilia, and if they don't change out, great. But that means they have something else that's weak to Cresilia, and that's why they're not switching out. But this is perfect for me, but now they swapped out. So there is Mewtwo, so yeah, that's not that great for them. I mean, well, and you know how many times it happened when I try to do and then I exit out of the game and stuff like that? That's just annoying. And that's why it was just a great and not perfect. And Earthquake. I did not expect an Earthquake from Mewtwo coming out. Have you guys seen that, Arbor Mewtwo? Let me know. I would love to know what was the spiciest attack that you have received from an armored Mewtwo in Ultra League. Because Earthquake, I did not expect at all whatsoever. And of course, Obstagoon, Night Slash, super effective, and now I can farm it down. And I know whatever it throws, I can survive, so it doesn't matter. Sidetrack. He shouldn't throw the Earthquake, but he didn't have energy probably. And now, of course, the Charmer is back. So at this point, I'm gonna have to let Obstagoon go. But it still survived, and I'm able to throw it. Not like it matters as much. It's a little chip damage, which actually counts, but very little, as I said. But now Cresilia can come back in, and I should be able to get to the Moonblast before it charms me down. Perfect. And if I debuff it, I might be able to get to another one. Actually, no, it's too low. Or let's see. It is pretty close. Well, still was like 3 away, so no, it wasn't close. But now Giratina can come in and finish up, and I don't have to shield this. Even though I have still 2 shields left, it doesn't do much. I already know that, because I have played this out so many times. And then now I still have 2 shields. So now Charizard comes in with full health, but I have 2 shields, and I believe he has 1 shield. So this is still pretty close, because I have half the health, but I have built up energy. So this is unlosable, although it gets pretty close. So, because he shielded that one up, and then Charizard builds up pretty quickly as well. And that I have to shield it because that almost would knock me out right there with the Dragon Claw. That Dragon Claw is doing a lot of damage against Giratina. So Charizard is actually pretty good, but it also takes a lot of damage from a Dragon Claw, as you guys can see right there. But now I should be able to get another Dragon Claw, but I can just shield this up. That counts another damage, and then I just need one more. And perfect. And that's another win in the pocket. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this team, because I'm really enjoying it. There it is, there's the Escavalier. So now this isn't a good start, so I try to build up some energy and swap out because it countering me down pretty quickly. They bring in Togekiss in response of my Cresilia, which is not so great, not so bad, but it's way better. And there it goes again. Did you guys see that? And that's why I throw a Great again. And that would have been better if it's perfect because it's more damage. But now I'm able to get another Moonblast. Hopefully it debuffs it. And yes, attack fell, debuff worked. Yes. And then now, it's whatever it is, it can hit me, Ancient Power. Oh, guys, I was up against the Togekiss, and 2 times the Ancient Power went through and it connected and he got it. And he destroyed me. I couldn't believe it. 2 times the Ancient Power. I was like, what are the chances of that? And that's what ended actually my streak, 2 Ancient Powers in a row. I could not believe that, guys. That was ridiculous. There's nothing I can do. There's literally nothing I can do against it with my team that I have. So now Escavalier is back in, throw the Moonblast, attack fail. That's perfect because now that gives a chance to my Obstagoon to come back. So I'm not gonna shield this one. I wanted to let it go, but I swap out. I thought it would kill it, but no. But now I come in with my Obstagoon, throw the charge move, and that should KO it if it goes unshielded, but it shields it. But I could get up to another one. Look at this, how fast my health goes down. But it's not going as fast because it's debuffed. So that's the only reason Obstagoon had a chance. Otherwise, Obstagoon would have lost against even in this scenario. So that is pretty awesome. So I really needed a debuff on that Escavalier. And then now Suicina, I have never played against it, so I didn't know what to expect. And at this point, I was just throwing things against it because I don't know. But look at how Obstagoon is still there with the debuff on the defense. Obstagoon is still there because of course it's resisting it, but I was almost able to throw more attacks at it. And now this is very close because I think it has Ice Beam, and that Ice Beam doing a lot of damage. And yep, there goes Ice Beam. So one more Ice Beam. Actually, I can still survive one more Ice Beam because I think I resist its fast attacks, right? No, it's super effective. Never mind. So this is gonna be really close. Really, really close. Yep, and now I can just Shadow Claw it down, right? Yeah, so there goes the Ice Beam, and I think he probably messed it up, right, or something? No, it's about the same damage, so he probably did it perfect, but I still saw with a little bit of health. That was really close. Guys, I hope you like these videos. The reason why I cut this together so you can see so many different opponents, and there goes a rank 9. So I went from literally 2,030 points to almost 2,500 just in this two-day period time. Almost 500 points gained with this team. And I want to showcase this because you guys haven't seen a Swampert lead in these sets yet, and here's the Swampert lead so you guys can see how Obstagoon performs against it, because there's lots of Swamperts in the lead, by the way. So that's why I wanted to showcase it. I think it's important. So I always go with Night Slash, even though Swampert resists, and I try to swap out on the charge move, and Giratina can tank it, whatever it is. So, but you don't want to go and throw the Cross Chop because it's about the same damage, even though it's not resisted, but it doesn't do as much. So because of that, I just go Night Slash, Night Slash, Night Slash, and if I get the buff, then I stay in, I won't switch out. If I don't get the buff, then I swap out on the charge move. And that has been my tactic against Swampert, and it worked perfectly so far, as you guys can see. And my Giratina is done, but now I can just come back in and I can take this. It's not gonna do much, I'm resisting it. So this is perfect. Look at Obstagoon just standing there, and I'm gonna farm it down, but I'm not able to. By the way, Giratina with the Dragon Breath is dangerous against Obstagoon. You can lose that easily, because if you don't shield, because those Dragon Breaths add up. So that's not favorable for you, so just know that. With the Dragon Breath Giratina in the lead, you have to watch out for. And then now, I'm still throwing Night Slash because I'm hoping for that boost, because that boost changes everything. And I didn't get it, so I'm gonna swipe out on the charge move, but he didn't throw it. He see through my play at this point, but it's okay, because Cresilia is really tanky, so I can eat that. And I figured it's gonna be just the Hydro Canyon just to save it, and then Moonblast Snorlax. Hopefully get a debuff, because Snorlax Lick is super effective. no debuff. Look how fast Cresilia's health is going down, which is just insane. But I'm looking at this clock because I need to swap back in with Obstagoon, and I throw another Moonblast, hopefully debuffs, and it is no debuff. So I can possibly get another Moonblast, but we CMP tie, and he wins. So I'm gonna use the shield because I can take out the Snorlax with this Moonblast, and then I can swap right away into my Obstagoon, who is ready to throw that Night Slash. And perfect, and now that's it. That was the game. So guys, this is the match that I lost. So look at this, in the lead Granbull, which I really like Granbull by the way, and then I swap into my Cresilia right away because that charm really adds up, and he really did a good job swapping out right away. But I already learned by watching this video what I messed up. So I'm gonna tell you at the end when I get there, but I'll show you exactly where I messed up. So I still have 2 shields. Keep an eye on my shields because I shielded the wrong time. And if I would have kept my shield to the end, I would have won this matchup as well. But this is why I'm recording these also, so I'm able to rewatch everything and see where I messed up. And here, I'm shielding this up because I have another Moonblast. So I figured this is a good time to shield. And now I can throw the Moonblast. But I'm swapping out and building up, swapping out and bringing Giratina because I'm hoping he would throw a Blast Burn. So, but it's a Dragon Claw. And that sucks because that's super effective and it swaps back to Granbull. And now I'm stuck, of course. So I should have just played it out and not swap it. That's one of the mistakes. But even though I could have just saved one of my shields and I could have won. So there's 2 ways to win this matchup. One, I'm not swapping out into my Giratina because I know Granbull gonna come back and kill me, long story short. So I should have just used my Moonblast. But not attack failure, and this is where I messed up because I shielded and I figured I can get to my other Moonblast, and I am, but he's going to shield it again, I believe, right? Yep. And that's where I messed up because now I come back with no shields and it's gonna one-shot me right there. If I would have had shield, I could have won this. Possibly I could have won this, but if I could have only won this matchup, I really think, now that I rewatched it again, is if I don't bring in Giratina and get stuck with it. If I would have just let Moonblast the way out with my Cresilia, and when it dies, bring in Giratina, and then basically try to play back and forth on the charge moves with and the shield, the one shield and the charge move with Obstagoon and Giratina against Granbull. Guys, hope you enjoyed it. I'm really liking this team. Obviously, it got me 500 points. Guys, on Wednesday, we have Linden Ryu on the Pokemon Go Third Shield podcast. So I highly recommend that you guys watch that that episode because Linden was #1 on the Go Battle League leaderboard just about a week ago. And he's always on the leaderboard. He's a very competitive, very good player. And we digged really deep into the PvP to help me and help you guys become way better at it. So make sure to stay tuned this Wednesday, 12:15 p.m. We are going to have that episode coming. And then also Friday, I'm going to post another video if I have changed up this team and how I did it throughout the week with the same team or what changes did I make. Hope you like this video. Please comment your questions or any comments that you have below.